Hello and welcome to this new session on setting up code versioning in Salesforce using Bitbucket. So in this first session we will discuss how versioning is important and what are the different advantages of using versioning. Later in the session I will walk you through how we can sign up for Bitbucket account free of cost. So first of all, why do we need this versioning? So we'll start with this. So let's say you're working on a project where you have hundreds of thousands lines of custom code, and at the same time multiple developers are working on the same file. So then it becomes really important to keep track of all changes in that particular file so that we can make sure which developer has made what changes. So with every new change we are storing that particular file on Bitbucket cloud with different versions. And second thing is, it can help us taking backup of our code on daily basis. So sometime if any disaster strikes, or let's say maybe some developer override your code, or in worst case he or she can erase your code completely, and it's quite possible due to some mistake or in some circumstances they can override or erase your code. So in that case we can have a save file if we have versioning in place. So we have save file stored on the Bitbucket cloud that we can use to move our code on to our particular sandbox. So let's kick things off with signing up for a free Bitbucket account. So first of all, for this video tutorial purpose, I already written a blog on my blogger account, so you can go through with that also, where I have provided all the screenshots and all that. So here we are using Sublime as our developer tool. You can use any kind of any other tools like Eclipse or anything else, and we are using source tree as a Git client. Bitbucket is very similar to what we have been using GitHub, but I would prefer Bitbucket over GitHub because uh, in Bitbucket we can have a private repository, but GitHub cannot. But on GitHub we'll always have a public repository. So sometimes if you're working on a client project, in that case you must have a private repository. So that's why I'll be using Bitbucket. So it's free of cost for certain amount of repositories, but later on we need to use licensing. For the demo purpose we'll be using Bitbucket. And so let me go ahead and create a Bitbucket user account. For that I'll need to go to Bitbucket official site. So this is Bitbucket official site. I have provided all the steps in this blog, so you can go through with that if you want. You can see create a Bitbucket. So first of all you need to go to Bitbucket. So here you can see you have get started free. So you need to just click on this get started free. So here you need to provide your email ID. So I am providing my Gmail ID. So for the demo purpose I am providing my Gmail ID. So if you are setting up this for your client project, in that case you can provide your official email ID. Okay, so let me just go ahead, and this is my email ID. So I'll click on continue. So the next step would be, this would be my username, no full name. So you can provide your full name, and this is password. Okay, when I click on continue, it will Okay, there seems some mistake. So as soon as I click on continue, it has already sent me a verification link. So I need to go back to my mailbox and need to verify that I'm a real user. So I need to go back to my Gmail account, and here I'll get one verification link. So I'll click on verify my address. So when I click on verify my address, it will open up a new screen. Over there I need to choose my username, and that username would be used later in this session in these sessions. So so this should be unique throughout the GitHub, throughout the Bitbucket, or whatever you want. Okay. Okay, so we have signed up for Bitbucket account. So there are two UI Bitbucket is providing. One is the new one and the other one is classic. So I'm used of the classic one. So I'll click on this turn off new navigation, turn off. So I'll be using the classic one. So I'll turn it off so that I can uh, redirect it to the classic UI. Okay, so I'm just used of classic UI. So this is the classic one. So here we have three important tabs. One is the team, second one is the project, and the third one is the repositories. So we'll start with creating a team. So team is nothing but a container for multiple projects. So in one team we can have a multiple projects. So we'll start with creating a team. So I'll create a team. So my team. So it will auto populate my team ID. This is okay. So we can add here team members. As you can see, as I was the admin of this account, so I'm already a member of this team. I'll click on create. So as soon as I click on create, my team is ready to is good to go. And the second thing that I need to do is I need to create a project. So as soon as I click on create a project, my owner is default from the team which I have. So I have created a team, my team. So the owner is my team. I need to choose project name, my project. Here you need to populate the key. You can choose the logo of your particular projects. So I'll not choosing any logo. So I'll just click on create projects. So my projects is now ready. So the next step is I need to create a repository. The same way in team we have multiple projects, we can have multiple repositories in one project. So multiple repository we use, let's say we have multiple releases in any particular project. So we can use a new repositories for each and every release. Or in other cases, if we have multiple teams, if we have 10-15 members in my team and they are working on different modules, in that case I can create 2-3 repositories and different team can work on different modules in that repositories. Okay, for that purpose I'll be creating a new repositories. So as you can see, so I'll be choosing my team as the owner and the project which I created recently. So my project would be the and repository my repository. So here I have two options, Mercurial and Git. So I'll be choosing Git as default it is. So here we have some other option. So for language purpose I'll be choosing Apex. Okay, and I'll create a repository. So I'm done. Actually I created a repository. So the further step that we have is So we should have always one branch. So repository contains multiple branches. So in one repositories, let's say in one module we have 3-4 members, 3-4 team of 3-4 members. So we can create a branch for each and every user, every team member, and in the at the time of release we can merge those branches into one master branch, and that branch can be deployed to the UAT or production. So for that purpose we'll be creating a branch. So I'll create a branch. So I'll not be able to create branch um, directly here. So for the demo purpose I'm creating a dummy branch where I don't have any source code but a dummy file readme.com. So I'll click on this create a readme file. Okay, so I simply click on this create a readme. So it will create a branch with readme.md file name. So as you can see, this would be my default file in my newly created branch, and that would be my master branch by default. So first branch would be master branch, and then we can clone or do whatever on that, on top of that particular, on top of that master branch. So I'll be click on commit and commit. So my first branch is ready to be used. So so this is all from this first session. So in the next session I'll be fetching this code from Bitbucket to my local system, and then update those files, and will push back those files onto this on Bitbucket. So there are few more videos to be done, for few more sessions to be done on this Bitbucket. So stay tuned. I'll be creating similar kind of videos for setting up versioning. So thank you for watching my video. If you like this, you can subscribe to my channel. I'll be creating such kind of videos for your reference. Thank you very much.